Good day to one and all. This is Dr. Sivaram of iknowindices.com. I was giving the webinar before that of the US GDP data release. Between 11:30 and 12 GMT, pre-US GDP data release webinar was given in the name of spike trade calls. I gave the calls at that time, and I was explaining that the players are expected to make either way moves for the weekend, and they have done the same. So we will just review it during that of the post-US GDP data release, the results of the trades, and also what the players intend to do in coming days. We will discuss on that. Now, the forecast, what I gave was that they are expected to make the swing and rise till 13 GMT. Afterwards, they are expected to make the swing and slide moves. And they just gained up to 1.0935 and started making the slide. And again, they are just trying to gain some level in the case of euro and nominally in the case of GBP. And subsequently, they are expected to make the slide during that of the US session. So this was the call I gave, that initially you can take a buy around 1.0908. They came down up to 1.0910, went up to 1.0935, and then started making the slide. So obviously, it was a very, very subdued swing trade for about 20-25 pips. Nothing big has happened. Then similarly, in the case of GBP, from that of 1.2125, they could gain up to that of 1.2170. They went up and then started making the slide now. They could come down to 1.2070 and we can buy again, and towards close they will go to 1.2170. You can keep the hedge order at 1.2030 to limit the risk. And in the case of euro, probably they could come revisit 1.0908 and start gaining the level towards close, as they have not made much of a drop. So you see that US GDP was more than expected. And in the case of Australian dollar 75.60, they just gave a fill and gone again, and slowly they will go above that of 76, or we can watch and close it with a trailing stop. And in the case of yen, they went up to 105.51, just briefly breached the initial high and formed a new high 105.51 and started making the slide. That is what I was telling you, that they will go up to 105.60, but they just went up to 51. On some platform, they would have just filled the 60 if there are stops, and then they will come down below that of 105, then you can book profit. So they are expected to make, even though the data was good for US dollar, they are expected to gain good levels in the case of US dollar. That means they are expected to make a substantial drop in the case of euro and GBP, but they are simply holding it. And now it is a gap time. 13:30 GMT is the gap time. And afterwards, they are expected to make little bit firm up and then slide. And then again towards close, they are expected to make the firm up move. So watch for that move and then try to do either way swing trades. But they are not going to make any big way on the upside or on the downside till the US elections are over by November 8th and also the results are out. They are expected to be making only the swings in the market. So till such time, we can only do the swing trades and aim for small gain and then book profit, and again go short and book profit on the downside move and things like that. So if there are any questions, you can ask me. Then I'll be willing to answer those questions. So ultimately, read the intentions of the players, then you will be able to do the fearless trades. And so you have to identify what sort of moves they are doing it in the market. They are all nothing but small stop-ins on the upside and less the downside. So nothing big they are making the move, and that shows that the players are just lying low with regard to their positions, and they want the outcome of the US elections, and then they will try to commit more positions. Even though the data, US GDP data, is positive, much more than that of the expectations, but still you find the players are unwilling to gain the levels. So this is what you need to understand. So they are not going to gain in a big way the levels in the case of Euro and GBP or US dollar. That is how it is going to be. If there are any questions, I'm willing to answer to those questions. Okay, if there are no questions, kindly make a note that again they are expected to make a small form up during start of the US session around 13:30 GMT and up for about 5-10 minutes, and then make the slide, and then again after breaching the new lows during the early part of the US session, they will induce the long holders to liquidate for the weekend and then start rising it, because normally what happens when the traders liquidate the long positions and book loss, then they will try to go short and try to earn back the lost money. So once they go short, the players will absorb all the sells and gain the levels again for weekend move towards close of the US session, and then automatically those who have gone short will come for the short covering. So don't expect any intentional move either on the downside or on the upside. They're all going to be stop and moves. So all stop and moves are trading opportunity for counter trade opportunities, and till 8th of November. So watch the market and try to take appropriate swing trades and earn money from the other market. So I take this opportunity to thank FX Trade for the facilities provided, and thank you all for your patient listening. I'll come back on Monday and come out with the next week forecast. So Monday to Friday, how exactly the players are expected to make moves during the month end and the new month beginning time, and they are expected to make a very volatile moves in the market. And either way swings, you can do still and earn good money during the monthly trend reversal time. Wish you all happy weekend and see you on Monday.